Hi everyone, it's already mid-January 2019 and I'm here to wish you all a very happy new year and give you a market update from Punta Gorda, where today it's a wonderful 72 degrees out here. So we're off to a great start here in 2019. Traffic is really picking up in terms of showings in our listings, which is a nice change to what we experienced at the end of 2018 when things were just a little bit sluggish. Overall though, for 2018 we had a very respectable year. Our unit sales were in line with the unit sales in the prior years. The market continued to absorb the same amount of resale units, where the market has been performing somewhat consistently over the years. It's interesting that we generally see about the same amount of units being sold from year to year. There are some fluctuations, but generally it's about the same. We did, however, see a little bit more of a uptick in the average selling price, both in Punta Gorda and Burnt Store in 2018, where the prices went up almost 10%. That's not to say that the prices, again, actually went up by that amount, but the average selling price went up by that amount. The subject that's really attracting my attention right now is the situation with the number of houses that are on the market, what we call inventory. So when we look at the last quarter of 2018 in comparison to the last quarter of 2017, we see a 23% increase in the number of homes that are listed for sale, and that's pretty significant. And as we are moving into our peak selling season, a lot of people decide that this is a great time to list their house for sale. So consequently, we're going to have those new listings as well as what we've had on the market. And as we move through season, we're going to be in a critical time to see how many properties are being sold and how many are taken out of that inventory base to determine if we really are going to move further and further towards being in a buyer's market. Right now, where we are, we're very close to crossing that line, which is when we have about 6 months worth of inventory. But these upcoming months are going to be critical in determining that. So I know some of you follow interest rates, and I was really surprised when I took a peek this week and saw interest rates coming back down to 4.375 for the 30-year fixed. For those of you that have been following, you know that we went over 5%, and everybody has been expecting to see a very gradual increase in the mortgage rates. And interestingly, they temporarily are down. This may be a great time, as we do have a fair amount of inventory, to come down and buy that place that you've been dreaming about. However, even if the rates do tick up, we're not expecting to see anything radical, so don't feel too much pressure at this time. So we've been seeing a lot of progress with the reinstallation of the seawalls in Punta Gorda Isles and Burnt Store Isles. At my last check, we're about 2/3 of the way through that project, which is encouraging. And we're also seeing a fair amount of progress at Burnt Store Marina. Safe Harbor recently announced their plans to replace the existing dry storage facilities with several new facilities. And the neat thing about this change is it's going to not only increase the capacity to almost double of what it currently is, but also they'll be able to take in much larger boats. So with the new plans, they will have the capacity to accommodate boats up to 45 feet. Whereas right now they're significantly smaller, with not only the facilities but also the equipment to move the boats around. The other neat thing happening at Burnt Store is what's been going on with the Freedom Boat Club. We've seen more and more people join Freedom, and they're doing a great job, not only here at Burnt Store, but in this whole area, Venice, Sarasota, Pine Island, etc. But this particular base has been of extreme interest because they started back in 2016 with just 4 boats. And at the end of 2018, they had 29 boats. Everyone is recognizing that Burnt Store is a great place to boat from, and it's neat to see how the Freedom fleet has grown. They also recently replaced some of their older boats with 8 newer boats. So they're doing a great job. If you haven't check them out before you're thinking that you want to do some boating, you don't want to invest in your own boat, you might want to check out Freedom Boat Club. And I think perhaps the most exciting news relates to some discussions that are currently taking place. The owners of the City Marketplace property are currently having some discussions about bringing in a performing arts theater and retail center. If you don't have our full newsletter, be sure to check out this and other market information on my website, Florida Marina Real Estate, under Jen's News and Views. Thanks for listening, and have a great 2019.